I'm just incredibly thankful for God's grace, His amazing grace, as it really is amazing. Yeah, I grew up as a missionary kid. My parents were missionaries to the Philippines, and my father was a chemistry professor, and my mother was a nurse as well as a music teacher as well. She was definitely involved with the music department quite significantly, and because she was a nurse, she put on little health programs for kids, little like Bible camp things, but with like a health emphasis, those types of things. She would help out with those kinds of things a lot.
So tell me what it was like being a missionary kid in the Philippines.
It was great. It was great. I loved it. And yeah, I got to experience a ton of unique things. And I'm honestly extremely grateful to have had that experience as a kid, because I feel like it's made me a much more well-rounded person, having grown up with that kind of background.
Tell me about this. You wrote about a car accident.
Yes. When I was about 10 years old, I don't remember exactly how old I was, but I definitely remember the incident. We were driving home one day from spending the day in town. We were running errands, and right as we were making the last turn to go into the campus where we lived, unbeknownst to our driver, there was a big blue dump truck that was in the process of trying to pass us. So while we were trying to turn left, we ended up turning right into the path of this dump truck. So it basically had no option but to ram right into us. And my immediate thought was, this is it, I'm dead. I didn't think I had any other options. But after a couple minutes passed, I discovered, nope, we're still here. So I opened my eyes, and as I turned to the left where I'd been leaning my head, right just inches away from my face was the side of this big blue dump truck that had rammed right into our car. Even as a child, I recognized that God intervened in that moment to save us, to help us. The Bible text that comes to mind from that experience is, "The angel of the Lord encamps around those that fear him." And I remember my parents always at the beginning of each day would pray for God's protection. And so that was a direct answer to that prayer. My family started singing together when we moved back to the U.S. And it came about by actually a friend asking us to sing for an event as a family, and that gave my mom an idea that we should keep doing this. After doing that, she's like, this is great, we need to keep doing this. So things just kind of evolved, and we ended up doing a lot of singing together as a family. There's no better way to express the greatness of God than through music, in my opinion. And so that has always just been a joy to be able to do that. And to be able to do that with your family, it was just all the better. I had just graduated from college, and I was just getting over a devastating breakup. And I was also having a very difficult time finding a full-time job. It was right in the middle of the recession, so everyone was having a hard time finding a job. And I'd hit a very low spot. I was very discouraged here. My relationship didn't work out. I couldn't get a job to support myself. I was in an all-time low. So one day I happened to be at my parents' place practicing the piano, and while I was sitting there, everything just hit me, and I was just so down that all I felt like doing was laying my head down and crying. So as I started to do that, my hand happened to rest on top of the piano keys and start playing the first two notes to the song Amazing Grace. And so naturally, I started playing that song, and as I started playing, the lyrics just came to my mind, and touched my heart in a whole new way than ever before. But God told me at that moment, you need to focus more on me. It's by my grace that you're even still here. So that was a very much of a turning point in my life and in my spiritual experience, because I was able to see that it really isn't about me. I shouldn't be focusing on my failures, on my discouragement. I need to be focusing on God and what He can do for me and what He has already done for me. And I am just so thankful that it's not about us. It's all about God. We need to focus on Jesus. And there really is nothing too big or too small for Him to handle. I know that may sound cliche, but it is so true that there's nothing He can't handle. And He wants to be involved in our lives.